just proud of the players. They left everything out on the field, not just for themselves, but for this fans in the stadium. That was incredible. And I don't think if we didn't have the performance from the fans the way they did, we would have survived. Not with 11 players, not with 10 players. So this victory we owe them to the fans. So I'm just beyond grateful, that you have a team that leaves everything out on the field. No one thought about that they were tired and they couldn't, they just pushed and whatever they had left within them. And they showed the Kenyan athletic spirit today on the football field. And I think we deserved the win. As much as they had 90% of the ball, but end of the day, 3 points was ours. I said to the players, the team that wants this the most is the one that runs the hardest, is the one that's going to put in the foot where it hurts the most. And I think we did all that and they got the reward. Sometimes we are work in progress. We're not perfect yet, but we're working towards being at the level where Morocco was. So we knew we had to play a completely different game than what we wanted to play. So we had to be structured, we had to be disciplined, and we had to do it as a team. And I think they've given me all that. And then obviously we have the threats with the speed and the quality of Ryan Ogam up top, Ben Stanley today, Mutsiri and Edward Omondi. These boys, they pure heart Kenyans because they know how to run. But also when they get the opportunity, they try and be as clinical. And Ryan got one opportunity and he put it in the net. And unfortunately, when you go down to 10 men on the stroke of half-time, it becomes difficult, and then the quality of the players, the football that they can play goes out of the window because now you have to think more about defending than attacking. But I think we managed it really well, and we were so tactically organized that Morocco didn't know what to do with the ball. And we were happy with that. I couldn't have asked for a better performance from the players, but I think I couldn't be asked to manage a better group of players also. So as a coach, as a manager, I'm beyond proud of what the guys have done. 2 games in a row now. If you can remember, if you were in the post-match interview before the game, where I was asked a question about if I will refresh the team or not. And I said, we still have a training session. And in the training session, you could see that the fatigue and the tiredness in most of the players, as much, no one wants to tell me that, coach, I'm tired, please pick someone else. So everyone wanted to play, but as a coach, you have to also see and understand your players to know that they will go out and play for you, whatever you ask of them. But it's for you to recognize as a coach when it is time to give a player rest, because he will never ask to be on the bench. So when we saw a lot of tired legs, and we wouldn't have coped with Morocco if we had kept the same team that played against Angola. So it's one of the risks that you take. But for me, I don't call it a risk. I call it about knowing your players, trusting your players, every single one in the squad. You trust them. That's why they are here. And I trust them to go out against Morocco, even if they haven't started the first 2 matches. But they will go and do the best job for the country, for the coach, for the fans, and for themselves and the family. And that's what I got. I got a really fresh team that was energetic, that we could match Morocco. And you saw in the first half, I think we were dominant because we created the most clear-cut opportunities, goal-scoring opportunities. They had one where you say we should have probably gotten punished with the free kick that they take. We kind of switched off for 1 second, and they had a clear opportunity to score from the free kick. But other than that, it was crosses, and which we dealt with perfectly. But yeah, I think our team just had a different edge, and players wanted to prove a point that they wanted to be in for the next game, so they were going to give the performance of their life. So I know I have a squad. Anyone that you put in, they will do the job for the team, and they will do it with flying colors. So I'm very pleased with that I was able to make the changes that we did and freshen the squad up, and it worked like a charm.